Winning games is a way of life we work and we dig. Basewinner.com to help achieve and go big.
Alright guys, in today's video we're going to talk about swinging strike percentage. We did a data study to investigate how you can use this metric in your daily handicapping process. Okay, so let's define swinging strike percentage real quick, and it's really pretty easy. It's just the number of swinging strikes a pitcher gets in an outing divided by his total number of pitches in the outing. Okay, here we are inside the numbers of our swinging strike percentage data study. What I'm going to do is I'm going to define the study, where we got the numbers, how we got put it in the table, etc. And then I'm going to tell you what correlation is. I'm going to tell you what swinging strike percentage correlation is from 2017 to 2018. And I'm also going to tell you what strikeout percentage rate is correlation from 2017 to 2018. And then we're going to go ahead and debunk some of the baseball hipster ideas that are floating out there. And then finally, I'll give you my take on this and kind of my general, my feeling on it right now. You know, having done the data study and kind of been working with this particular metric for over the last few years. Okay, I'm going to show you real quickly how we got the data for our year-to-year study. It's 2017 to 2018, and basically we took it off Fangraphs. There's a little bit of tap dancing around the Fangraphs website to get this, but I'll spare you guys that for now, and I'll just say that we took 2017, and we just got these three metrics: innings pitched, strikeout rate, and swinging strike rate. And basically, I wanted to make sure that we weren't putting guys in that pitched an inning or 10 innings even. The minimum was 50 innings of pitching in 2017 and 50 innings of pitching in 2018. So then what we do is there's some tricky Excel stuff to put it in a table like this. And again, I'll spare you. But basically, we have 85 pitchers that pitched at least 50 innings, and starting pitchers, I'm sorry, let me redefine that. No relievers, all starting pitchers that pitched 50 innings or more in 2017 and 50 innings or more in 2018. Okay, so that's the data that we used for the study. Now I'm going to touch on correlation real quick, and basically correlation is really easy. The closer to 1, the more the number correlates. The closer to 0, the less the number correlates. And why is this important? Because the higher the correlation number that you have, the more future predictive value that metric has. Perfect correlation would just be like a straight line. So this is, I made these fictitious numbers up. Felix DeBrant, when he pitched, he was 19.5, and this in time frame 1, and then time frame 2 is 19.5. So exact same strikeout percentage, time frame to time frame, gives you this exact perfect correlation of 1. Okay, so why is correlation important? And so in handicapping, you want to use past numbers that have future significance. So like I said, the more it correlates, the closer to 1 it is, the more it's going to have future significance. So if you're working with two metrics, you want to strongly consider using metrics in your handicapping that have a stronger correlation number. Okay, let's take a look at 2017 to 2018 swinging strike percentage. And basically the way the chart is these dots here, they identify spots on the X and Y axis. So you see this is Max Scherzer's. We'll take a look at Max Scherzer's swinging strike rate in 2017. So that's 15.5. So you can see that on the X axis. And then in 2018, it's 16.2. You can see that on the Y axis. So pretty easy. And to just map out all of the 85 pitchers, different 2017 and 2018's swinging strike rate. And then it gives you this correlation number. So the swinging strike percentage correlation number is 0.46. So it's it has some correlation, and it's not perfect at 1, and it's not imperfect at 0, but it's showing some correlation. So we did the same thing with the K percentage from 2017 to 2018. So this point right here, this 36.2 in 2017 and 38.4 strikeout percentage is Chris Sale's number. So we did the same thing. And from 2017 to 2018, the strikeout rate correlation is 0.53. So that's even more correlative. Okay, so there you have it. You got a correlation rate for swinging strike percentage from 2017 to 18 and K percentage, strikeout rate. And they're both pretty good. So let's talk about this idea in baseball hipster land. I've heard this talked about. If you have a high strikeout rate but a low swinging strikeout rate, that these pitchers are likely to regress. So we did this data study, and this is kind of what we found. So this is how we did it. And we'll take Chris Sale for an example. So his strikeout rate in 2017, 36.2%. His swinging strike rate, 14.9%. So the spread, the difference between strikeout rate and swinging strike rate, 21.3%. So the hipster theory is the higher this number, the more likely they are to regress. So what we did in our chart is we put the strikeout percentage minus swinging strike percentage in one column, and then the change from strikeout percentage in the one time frame, which was 2017, to the second time frame, which is 2018. So if the theory holds true, there would be a high correlation between the difference between strikeout percentage and swinging strikeout percentage in 2017 and the difference between 2017 strikeout percentage and 2018 strikeout percentage. So we charted it, we put it in the regression chart, and it came up with an R squared of 0.0439. So as far as correlation number, that's pretty insignificant. So this theory that they have, at least as a general rule, taking a large sample of 85 pitchers, not looking at types of pitchers or types of pitches, classifying, getting more granular with the pitchers, that theory really doesn't have any weight. So that's a pretty good example of a correlation that does not have any value, and it kind of debunks that idea that's floating around out there in baseball hipster land. Okay, so to wrap it up, I'm going to give you my take on how you can use swinging strike rate and strikeout rate in your handicapping. And I think as a general rule of thumb, and going over this data study kind of confirms what I think about it. I think swinging strike rate is a pretty good stat. It correlates good. I think that strikeout rate is an even better stat because it correlates even better. And what I think is even better than that is kind of what we do at Clear Data Sports, is to take this strikeout rate and adjust for quality of opponent and park that you pitch in. And this is just kind of an overview of a log cutter. You see we got a regular strikeout rate. You see, or the actual game strikeout rate that you see in the line score. And then we adjust for quality of opponent. I don't think you should get the same credit if you strike out a bunch of guys who strike out a lot than if you strike out guys who don't strike out a lot, essentially. And so we've quantified it in log cutter. And basically, I think if you do that, if you're using adjusted stats for quality of opponent faced, park conditions, then you're actually making that stat better. And there's a lot involved in that, and I'll go deeper into the log cutter, and that's a whole podcast in itself. But that's my general take on it, and I think that this has also opened up some ideas as far as doing some advanced studies. And so we're going to kick through the data on that. We do some data studies next week, and if we have anything significant, well, that's another video for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. I wish you the best. I hope all your bets cash, and thanks, guys.